Hi, I'm bigcal and welcome to my world. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Brawler64 wireless gamepad. So what this is an N64 controller and it's wireless. Yes, obviously Nintendo did do a wireless controller for the GameCube, the console after this one, the Wavebird, which was really good at the time. I would like to pick one up at some point, but yeah. So the N64 controller originally was this thing. Nice three-pronged trigger at the back, one analog stick, C buttons used for the camera, D-pad if games used it, and it gets a lot of unnecessary hate I think, because it's got three-pronged. How do you hold it? You're going to be a complete moron to not figure out how to use the controller. I was like 7 or 8 when I first had an N64 controller. I figured it out. Pretty sure everybody else could as well. Yeah, it's a decent enough controller. I enjoyed it. It works well for the games that are on the N64. Obviously, games were made with this controller in mind. The analog stick, not too great nowadays, but at the time, fantastic. Sort of almost revolutionary. Yeah. So I like this gamepad, but it isn't perfect. So when a company called Retro Fighters did a Kickstarter a few years ago for a more modern, updated controller, this one here, I of course backed it. And yep, this is mine. I have 2 of them in fact. Yep, nice. We've got some more modern features. Obviously we got the Z button instead of being at the back here like on this controller, and now more like your regular shoulder buttons. Got a much nicer analog stick. D-pad, not quite as good, but a good D-pad. C buttons, very nice, A and B start, and then a turbo and a clear button. Yeah. And this is my go-to controller for the N64 now. It is fantastic. However, last year they then announced they were going to do a wireless version of it. So of course I had to back that one as well. Finally got it. Took about a month and a half to get here because aside from coming from America, delays due to COVID, things getting stuck, going from country to country due to COVID and everything, slow down, and then of course just the basic usual travelling from America to UK is never the fastest anyway. Yeah, so let's just dive into it really, and we'll see what it looks like compared to the non-wireless version and the original, and then we'll see how it plays. So I'm going to unbox this first. Bit weird that the Dreamcast controller they did, that I've also done a video on, I'll post a link somewhere, came in a nice big fancy, really hard cardboard box, but the original Brawler64 came in a box like this, and then this one again. Not really complaining, the box is a box, but yeah. Okay, so that's everything out. We have, they always like to put in these little rubber, like 8-bit style keyrings. Very nice. No idea what character that's supposed to be, but yay. And just a tiny little instruction manual. Guess all you really need to know is how to sync it. We'll have a look at that when I need to. Yeah, let's have a look at the actual controller. Ooh, yeah, I got in the clear red colour because I thought it would go with my original red N64 controller, and I wanted something a bit better than the standard grey that I got for that one. So yeah, looking at these controllers side to side. Yep, they certainly look identical, apart from a bit sticking out at the back, obviously. We'll get to that in a second. There's just one thing, I'm assuming it's the light. There'll be a little LED light here to show you that it's active or charging or whatever. Doesn't look like it's cut perfectly. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and put something on screen to point out where it is. But yeah, in terms of visual cell, yep. Okay, just needed a bit of cleaning there at the sides. But yeah, looks just like this one, really nice. Thumbstick feels nice. Triggers, everything feels good. Buttons, yep, happy with that. And of course you don't have the back part there for what do we call it, a memory card or anything, so it keeps it nice and light in your hand. Don't want weighed down or anything, I suppose. Yep, very nice, very nice. Oh, there it is, the LED light. I pressed the start button, so it's trying to find something that isn't there at the moment. Yeah. And of course, little USB-C, I think it is at the top. That's for charging it. It comes with a charging cable. They were going to use a different USB. I think it was a USB Mini they were going to use, but they had that much feedback saying we'd prefer a USB-C or whatever it is, because it's much more standardised now. They took that feedback and yep, they gave the fans what we wanted. That's very good. So the more important part to get this working is this. Obviously this is where it plugs into the N64, the controller port, and obviously this part here is of course for your memory card. Obviously you can't use the rumble pack on here because that's normally where it would go, and it's not going to do much if it's just attached to the console and not the controller. Yeah, this looks nice. It's got matching colour of course. That's nice. Yep, looks well built nicely. You can see it's obviously see-through, and you can even see the wire there. It's nicely placed and everything. That's always good. Last thing you want is when you open something up and just see wires everywhere and a big mess inside. They at least take time and care to put things together properly. Oh, it actually goes in that way, not that way. Oh, okay, yeah, that's alright. It goes in that way. I was thinking if it went in that way, it would be, you know, too long down here and the console would be up at an angle, but it goes in that way. That's alright then, so that'll be flush against the floor or just a bit over. So obviously the only real thing to do now is test the controller, because obviously I can sit here and press buttons and it feels great, but how's the wireless connectivity going to hold up when I've got the console set up here and I sit at the bed over there, which is, you know, basically the opposite side of the room. It's quite far. I do sometimes actually struggle playing games. If I'm laid in bed, I'll have to sit at my computer chair sort of here, where my PC obviously is, because depending on the size of the text in games, I can't see properly from over there, even with my glasses on. Yeah, so it is a decent distance. So it'll be good for testing out the controller, testing the wireless connectivity, seeing if there's any noticeable lag. There shouldn't be, but you never know. And yeah, just to make sure that the controller works all nice and properly. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be back with my thoughts in, well, right now. Okay, back from testing it, and I did have some issues with it connecting. It just would not pair at all with you know, the wireless receiver part. But it does mention in the manual, if you try the two methods that it claims to do, safety pin, and there's a tiny little hole somewhere there. Not that you can see it on camera because of the lighting, but basically you yeah, just put the paper clip in, press it in, and it resets it. And as soon as I did that, it connected instantly, had no issues with it whatsoever. So I tried out 3 games, of course the classic Super Mario 64, played perfectly fine. I did the slide level, the secret sliding level in the castle, had absolutely no issues with that, did it first time, which is a surprise because normally I fall off it the first time when I've not played Mario 64 for a while. So that was easy peasy, could do all the moves that I wanted to do at any time. Then played Mario Kart 64, and aside from remembering just how dull that game actually is, at least single player, I find Mario Kart 64 to be dull as hell. It's just something about it just never appealed to me. But yep, controlled absolutely fine. And then GoldenEye, which I thought was an apt game given that they've just leaked the Xbox 360, the Xbox Live Arcade HD port, which is fantastic by the way, plays on PC on an emulator perfect, near enough, really good. But yeah, I tested that out, and apart from me being not very good at the game, again, controlled absolutely fine, had no issues. Never once thought there was any lag whatsoever. There's probably like 0.1 or something daft, you know, when you do these test programs. There's always ever so slightly with wireless, but not enough that a person is going to notice. So yeah, big thumbs up to the Retro Fighters Brawler64 wireless pad. Of course, you can pick it up now on their official website now that the Kickstarter's finished. So those are in production and shipping out already. You get multiple different colours, of course, so whatever colour you choose, you also get the corresponding colour with the wireless adapter for it. And yeah, it does work with at least official memory cards. I'm not sure what the support is with unofficial. But let's just have a look through the manual, give you a bit more information on it. Just a couple of things I noticed. Yes. Battery life, how long is it? It's about 10 hours. 10 hours plus, and it takes about 2.5 hours to fully charge the battery. Wireless range is about 30 feet, maybe a little bit more. Is it compatible with memory packs? It does say yes, but it's not compatible with transfer or rumble packs. Transfer packs might be a problem for some people, but at the very least, you know, if you've got an original controller lying about, you can just use it for that if need be. Can you connect multiple wireless Brawler64s? Of course you can, by connecting one at a time, wireless dongles, like you normally would. And can you replace the battery? Big issue with a lot of wireless controllers, especially back then. Yes, you can replace it with any 3.7 volt, 550 mAh, Li, polymer, lithium, whatever it is, polymer battery. To simply replace, remove the back shell and disconnect to the old battery and connect to the new battery. So that sounds rather nice and simple, and I'm guessing those type of battery packs are fairly easy to get hold of as well. So that's always good that you can replace the battery, so that will extend the life of this hopefully indefinitely. Yeah, so that's really, really good. So yeah, again, I'm very, very happy with this. I'm always happy with the Retro Fighters controllers. I've got obviously that one there. Got this one. I have a just a Dreamcast controller, which is so much better than the original Dreamcast controllers. I've often stated my least favourite controller I've ever used. And I also have a 6-button Mega Drive / Genesis controller. Yeah, the USB one, so that it connects with my Mega Drive Mini, which only came with 3-button controller, because I have a 6-button controller for the original console anyway, so I wanted one USB, and I didn't want to go with the company that Sega themselves partnered with to do them, because I was pissed off at Sega. Just because in Japan with the Mega Drive Mini they got a 6-button controller included. Us over here in Europe, and I think it's the same in America, got a 3-button. If we wanted a 6-button we had to pay extra by buying one of the officially licensed ones that another company made. Can't remember the name of them at the moment. Yeah, so I was pissed at them, so I thought I'll go with the Retro Fighters one, and that's been fantastic as well. So I'm always happy to get their controllers. Every time there's a new Kickstarter for a controller, I end up backing it. So yeah, Retro Fighters Brawler64 wireless controller, thumbs up from me, absolutely recommended.